Hello, and this is Ganondorf. Just a quick check-in, and yes, I realize I'm still doing really terrible at keeping up these these daily vlogs. I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, I just took a shower, so if you're wondering what's up with my hair, that is what's up with my hair. This is just a small, quick check-in. I just beat an hour ago, maybe. I don't know why I keep yawning. I'm sorry about that. I just beat a link between worlds. It's really hard not to try to say something that I really love within the game, but is most certainly a plot spoiler. Overall, just really hard not to do, and I don't want to spoil anything, even though it's just really, really hard to not talk about these things. The game's fantastic. I can, without a singular doubt in my mind, suggest to you the game. Suggest the game for you. If you don't enjoy Zelda, okay, but you should probably still give it a try. It's a very great experience. Now, if you tried multiple upon multiple Zeldas before, then yeah, you might not like this one. I don't really know. You'd have to check out maybe some Let's Plays or something. You know, those are already going up and everything. For those of you who haven't played a Zelda game, one, I'm not sure why. One, I slightly pity you, and two, you should probably go play a Zelda game. I would suggest, if you're going to start with a 2D Zelda game, either A Link to the Past or this one, its sequel. Does that make sense? No. But at the same time, the sequel only has references to it. You don't need to have played A Link to the Past to be able to play this game. It has references to what happened in A Link to the Past. At the same time, A Link to the Past wasn't really story heavy anyway. It was simply it was simply Zelda's in trouble, or rather, you saved Zelda, sort of, and you got her out of the castle. Yeah, you saved Zelda. Now she's waiting, and you're to go collect the pendants to stop the bad guy. You collect the pendants, go get the Master Sword, you go try to stop them, and then Zelda's kidnapped again. You get to the bad guy, and you beat him, but then he sends you to the next half of the game. So then and there turns out to be 7 sages. Zelda is one of them that you go and save. And you go fight the bad guy. So really not much to spoil. So yeah, you don't need to have played Link to the Past. It certainly helps in certain regards. There are certain things that I knew about simply out of instinct, that I knew were probably there. Certain things that, like, there were certain upgrades I knew that were very likely to pop up later on due to its sequel status as a sequel. I can only say, without trying to spoil too much, the game takes its role as a sequel to one of the greatest Zelda games ever created very seriously. It takes A Link to the Past and improves upon itself. It is the same world, but all new secrets, all new everything. Not everything's the same. The castle's in the same place, but where else are you going to put it? Something Dungeons are obviously quite different. A few of the bosses are the same. Several of the items are the same, but that's not bad. It's just as non-linear as the original is, where you could, so long as you were good enough, go to right about anywhere in the last half. Go right about anywhere you wanted, if you were good enough. And at a point, you did need an item or two, but usually you can go to a lot of different places without certain items. Just like in this game, just like in A Link to the Past, if you know what you're doing, you could go and get super overpowered before you go do too many dungeons. You could get upgrades to your sword and all that kind of thing. You simply know that these things are in the game, and it's rather interesting. Same time, while it shares a lot with A Link to the Past. However, as I said, it definitely improves upon itself. It has new items. It has just new locations. Obviously, new mini games. It has things that only the 3DS could do. It's a magnificent game, and I just really, as I said before, can't not suggest it to anyone. I'm going to suggest it because it's a good game. A great game. I love Skyward Sword. But I will say this. As much as I adore Skyward Sword, I know plenty of people don't like it because of motion controls. Motion controls, I don't find a problem with them. The motion controls in the game were very well done, and if you have a problem with them, you're doing something wrong. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're just doing something wrong. However, because of motion controls, I can't just suggest them to you. I can't just suggest for you to go pick up the game and a Wii Motion Plus controller. I can't just suggest for you to do that. However, this game, well, yes, you'd need a 3DS, which would obviously be quite a bit more expensive than a new Wiimote, if you don't already have one. But at the same time, I also counter with, there's a lot of other 3DS games that are great, and I haven't played them, but I know I've heard of many great games on the handheld. So it's not just a Link Between Worlds that you would be able to experience then. This is the game, because of its control scheme and because of what it is, I can without a doubt happily suggest it to anyone I wanted. Anyone at all, really. So I hope this hasn't seemed too jumbled and hasn't been spoilerish. I've tried to not include any spoilers that aren't really obvious. So I will hope I remember to do a vlog tomorrow. See you guys next time, and Ganondorf out.